farmers. Lenson Momo here again, so that we may continue with our series of learning on how to start and run a poultry farm. And today we want to dive in a very simple topic on how to start and be successful in a poultry farm. We have looked on the issue of feeding, we have looked on the issue of getting the knowledge, but there is the mode of delivery. Even now, the government of Kenya looked on the previous curriculum of 844 system and realized the curriculum was okay, but the mode of delivery was the challenge. This is what they did. They realized these students were being lectured and they were not able to implement. And I want to use myself as an example how I learned about poultry farming and how I grew this poultry farm from very few chicks to where we are now, a breeder farm producing up to 8,000 chicks, day-old chicks, every week from just very few number of chicken for 8 years up to now. So guys, I want to start with this story. If you don't have any knowledge, maybe for example, you want to be an expert driver and you don't know how to drive a car, I tell you, don't go to the driving school. Go to the experienced driver, then be the turn boy. Learn from the driver. But these are some of the things you need to do when you are learning from the driver on how you are going to learn how to drive the car. On the way, when the driver is driving the lorry, he might encounter with different people. Then he carries them. The driver also finds somebody on the road with a load. And the car is written, this car is not authorized to carry any unauthorized passengers or products. The driver may stop, then he carries the passenger who is unauthorized, or he carries the cargo which is also unauthorized. Don't look on the cargo, don't look on the weaknesses of the driver. The driver might find his girlfriend over the way. Then he carries his girlfriend with you in the car or in the lorry. Don't worry. Don't be on the driver and look on the driver and say, no, this, I don't like your manners. I hate everything. You will not learn. And this is how I learned about poultry farming. I was keeping the indigenous Kenyan chicken long time ago from 2007 in my mother's compound. My mother was a poultry farmer and also a mama boga. So because she was keeping some good poultry, I learned from her about the indigenous Kenyan chicken. But as I grew, I realized there was now the improved Kenyan breed. Then I happened to attend a seminar where people were being trained about poultry farming. So I learned. In the seminar, I was able to interact with some people who were doing poultry farming with 600 birds, 1,000 birds, and I was amazed. How could they keep this number of birds? So it gave me a challenge. And I was worried, how can I even keep only 200 birds? So guys, the good thing is I was able to interact with this one good lady. I will even mention her name. She's called Tabitha Makoha. Tabitha Makoha, she's a lady in Bungoma County, a very renowned poultry farmer who has been in the farming sector for ancient. You know what this lady did to me? You will get surprised. This lady allowed me to go to our farm. Then she took me step by step on how to do the breeding of chicks step by step. The method she trained me was like the CBC system which we have today. She took me to the agrovet. She told me, when you want to brood your chicks, go to the agrovet, buy this multivitamin, get this drug, buy sawdust, buy this step by step as we were learning. And she was there guiding me to ensure that I succeed in the venture. I have never met such kind of a person in my life. And you know what? She charged me 0 Kenya shillings to learn from her farm. And the good thing is, I get the real knowledge from her. She told me when diseases can come into the poultry farm. And I attended our poultry farm each and every time to know what normally transpires in this poultry farm. Then I was learning step by step, seeing how she could handle the birds step by step. But If I could have chosen now the seminar way, I attend the seminar, I learn. One thing I realized about the things you learn in theoretical form and the real things in the ground are totally different things. So you might be learning, thinking now you are learning from YouTube, thinking now you are learning from maybe over the internet. But what I'm telling you, my dear farmer, you are losing, you are missing a lot. And the best person to learn from is a person who has started the poultry farm and failed and has grown again to a level where now that person has become experienced. So what am I try to put across? Don't learn through poultry seminars. You are going to start and lose your chicken because that is not the best way of learning. I stopped holding seminars regularly to teach farmers on poultry farm because I realized very many farmers were not getting hand in hand how poultry should be treated, how they should treat their birds, and how they should go step by step out of the time they are going to go to the market. So I divided my training into different needs. So I train the farmer in a specific need on how to brood. If he buys like the brooded birds, I go step by step. I teach on how to handle the brooded birds. All the time, he or she is going to take the birds to the market because this is what the farmer needs. The best way to learn now is through a person who is already practicing and doing it. With the driver, you are going to learn about very many things on the road. The same case with the poultry farmer, you are going to learn very many things on the ground, what normally happens, how he carries his procedures, how he carries his processes, and everything in the poultry farm. Through this, you will realize you are going to learn a lot. How are you going even to wash these drinkers? How is this poultry house being constructed? How do you handle the birds? When a sickness arises, how do you handle that sickness? When your birds are sick, you realize you learn a lot. So don't start learning through guesswork. That's why this method has been used, but I think in the religious organizations, where you realize a person has no degree, is not able to read and write, but he can stay with another religious person who knows matters of religion, then he learns through that person, then he becomes an expert pastor. The same method. Don't go to a poultry seminar. Come to a poultry farm, to a person who is seriously practicing the same. Learn from that person. You will never go wrong. That is the best learning method. But if you try to learn through internet, you are going to lose a lot because I've realized something again. Many poultry farmers, many people on the internet are doing. They are not poultry farmers. They are just creating content. They are telling you this is now the organic way of treating chicken. But let me ask you a question. In your own understanding, look at this breeder farm. Can you be able to treat all this number of chicken organically? If I was maybe to use now the papaya to deworm this chicken, how many papaya leaves will I use now to deworm this number of chicken? You realize it's a challenge. So you need to understand as a poultry farmer what is right and what is not right. And I don't want you to lose your hard-earned money when I'm here and I'm ready to assist you to get into the market and make more money. I don't want you as a farmer to guess. Get this information, start your poultry farm, learn step by step. How the time chicken matures, then you'll be able to take it to the market. Failure to do that, you are going to lose all your hard-earned money and all your investment. The good thing, when you partner with a person who is already doing it, you will not struggle with the market because that person has been there for some time. So you realize this lady, when I brooded my first lot of birds, she's the one who assisted me to sell the birds. In fact, she was buying the chicken from me. So I moved from 50 birds, 100, 500. At the time, I was able to brood thousands and thousands of birds. At the time, I was able to do my first breeding of parent stock to where we are today. I also happened to visit another lady, still in Bungoma County, called Vivian Nobel. She's the owner of the Tel Aviv Poultry Farm. She is also one of the best breeders of improved Kenyeji chicken, I can say, in Kenya. Very keen to detail. I was able to learn from her issues to do with biosecurity, issues to do with how to handle chicken. And she carried me like one of our own. I feel like at some point I was their son because they were teaching me with all their heart, fully devoted. And this is something you can learn. That's why even when I'm doing my teaching to poultry farmers, I normally do it from my heart because I got people who were experienced and they taught me with all their heart. That's why I would encourage you. The best way to learn is through, I think it's called apprenticeship, if I'm not wrong. You learn through a person who is already doing the thing you want to do. You normally get the real knowledge and the real experience, what normally happens in a poultry farm. Then you'll be able to grow your farm step by step. Farmers, today I want to appreciate you for watching this video. For order, call us on 0717213083 and we shall deliver quality of one sasso chicks at only 90 Kenya shillings. We are located in Bungoma, Kibabii. Thank you for watching. I will keep you updated on how to start and run a successful poultry farming without a struggle. Guys, allow me to part now. I see you in the next video.